Welcome everybody, this is your Strategy Wolf and welcome back to Victoria 3 and our Japanese Shogunate. And yeah, we have our new or kind of new Shogun Ieyasu Tokugawa. With the change of power to him and the death of his father, we saw a little bit change of our government, and actually we managed to, or we interpret it as this, there was a little bit shift to towards bigger groups of interest, so we are in the end legally an oligarchy right now. And yeah, which after a little bit of some still where we were like just nothing happened for a while, now we're at the point that things seem to be enacted, and we are working on abolishing serfdom, which will greatly contribute towards the modernization of Japan, and basically is necessary to depose the shogunate. So let's see, we're at 50%, so every turn we have like chance that it might happen. So yeah, let's see how long we are still the shogunate, or when we're going to turn to something else. Alright, apart from that, what was going on, we still have this kind of famine going on. I think it was much limited here to the Ryukyu Islands so far. And yeah, apart from that, we're building up our industries, and still mainly, as you see, our tools are still expensive, so we are shifting to extending our mountainous industry, let's say, and trying to produce more tools. Where we switched already to also to the where are the tools? Where we switched already to steel tools and started our own steel production here down here in Kyushu. So yeah, that's what's going on. So we're starting the first industries and trying to abolish serfdom. Alright, and I think there's no much more to say at the moment, and let's just jump in together and get started. Also, we are extending some harbors here to increase the infrastructure. Depleted gold fields. The rich mineral deposits in Japanese Hokkaido have been drained. Mines are being shuttered, and all the prospectors who moved in are beginning to drift away in search of the next big strike. There's no more gold in them hills. Okay, we can lower the migration attraction. We cannot just let them leave. No, absolutely not, because we want more workers up here, since it's really then not so strongly populated. I think it's gonna be one of our next steps after this, maybe to enact the colonization institution, so we can start maybe colonizing here Hokkaido and maybe Sakhalin as well. This seems to be a little bit, since there is gold and oh. Okay, I only saw these gold fields. To be honest, I never really checked out how these mechanics work. But yeah, definitely, let's also definitely build the gold mines. Yeah, they can build it last, that's fine for me. And let's see how the tools are going to, with all these new tool workshops, how they're gonna change the price. Also, the capitalists / the aristocrats are building some workshops as well down here. Okay. And what else? Rice farms. Okay, that makes sense during a famine. Bread and blood. Event in Kyushu. The lack of provisions has spread to the neighboring state of Kyushu. Oh damn. Also now it's spread, the famine from the Ryukyu Islands. Okay. Where the failing of the crops has increased casualties among our people. No imagination can conceive, no man or woman can picture, no language can express, no author, no journalist, no painter or actor can give form to the horrors that many families face in Kyushu. The malnourished faces as thin as skull goes, babies can hardly be distinguished from bulks or blankets. If only they hadn't sold all of their blankets to buy the last of food of the month. That sounds really terrible. We can think about, here we can do emergency relief maybe in Kyushu. I'm not fully sure. Now it's cheaper, you know. Welfare payments, but are we actually paying? Because we don't have any let's see, wait until the day changes. But I don't see any expenditure on it, to be honest, so I think this is just, I'm not sure. I think this just increases then the welfare payments in case you brought up some yeah, here welfare in the end. Poor laws, wage subsidies, old pensions, but since Japan doesn't have any of these things by now, definitely not. So yeah, okay, now the aristocracy or the art capitalists are buying steel mills over here. I mean, they have iron mines, so it's maybe halfway immersive. Because yeah, as I mentioned, sometimes it's really a little bit frustrating. I don't expect optimized building or anything from them because yeah, how would they know? And it's also not very realistic as well. But still, sometimes they build really weird. But so far, I feel like the autonomous investment pool is working halfway fine. What are we really lacking up here? What's really expensive? Oh, wood again. Alright, didn't expect this. Let's have a look to our... Aha. Here we have to still switch to nitroglycerin. Maybe let's get another chemical plant out then. Before we fully do that. Yeah, we can do this. Serfdom abolish has attracted new supporters, increasing enactment success by 15%. Now we're getting lucky. In the beginning of this Let's Play, if you remember, we always had the opposite event. So, oh, it fits 75%. We rarely see these kind of big things, but nice. And our first shipyard that produces warships is out there. I was looking for our logging camps. No, we still want to keep the resources kind of cheap at the moment. Alright, the Bessemer process unlocked. The Bessemer process is a technique for the mass production of steel from pig iron. Alright, so better steel production. We can have a look at it in a second. Still, what I was doing, logging, logging camps, sorry. Logging. Oh, here. Okay, like 2 more here maybe, that's fine. Okay, let's have a look at the steel mills then, how we can change their production or how would that affect us. Yeah, let's go for it. I mean, what's the basically more iron in, more steel out. So steel price falls really down. Yeah, let's observe this for a second. So they're not really making any profits right now. Were we using the steel actually just for the tooling? Okay. Maybe we can create some more demand for the steel so we can keep this going. Can I need engines also? Is a new type of industry in our country. So actually, let's maybe go and build the first motor industries. Even here. Can we actually man these gold mines up there? Barely, but I think open jobs always cause like some migration attraction, so it's definitely not bad to have open jobs also here, especially for gold mines. I think people will come. We're not playing music anymore, it's very white one. So what is happening in the world? What else is happening in the world in the meantime? We saw this war between Austria and Prussia, who Kaiser Ferdinand is he looks pretty weird right now. And who is him? Friedrich Wilhelm von Hohenzollern, okay. But they don't have the Prussians don't have the agenda of unifying Germany anymore, nor do the Austrians. So I don't know if we're ever gonna see a Germany here, or this is gonna be like the German Bund, Deutsche Bund forever. Problem is, I mean, I really hope that that Paradox is going to fill most of the regions with more in-depth content. I feel like now they announced the first DLC or immersion pack, the Voices of the People, which is going to come out, I think, on the 22nd of May. So almost like within a month. I don't know if I can already play with this one in this Let's Play, but I definitely will finish this. I'll check for compatibility, but if not, we'll just gonna keep with this state and maybe then do a new one with Voices of the People. We'll see how I feel like. Again, new supporters, 90%. Oh my god. Alright, philosophy department for universities. Definitely gonna go for this one. So I got lost. Yeah, of course. Yeah, the new Voice of the Past, I think, gives some flavor and some more details to France, for example. So I feel like Paradox is going this way. I hope it just won't take too long. They always just tackle not just only one country, but rather big regions. And yeah, it's important. I think like there's something that Victoria is still missing, while the base game mechanics are, for me, really nice so far. All right, let's get these philosophers. And shall we go towards secularism? Maybe later. I mean, maybe it could be useful, you know, but at the moment it doesn't really represent our country, since we're still the Shogunate and have the Buddhists also in government, no? Yeah. So we'll do this. I think when we turn, we're gonna secularize also a little bit more when we get rid of the Shogunate. The big question for the moders, however, is where we're going to use them actually. I think there's some production methods that need moders. And later, of course, the railways, which we still have to research. Okay, where's suddenly this big jump in our income coming from? From the gold mines? No. GDP growth in general, maybe. It supports this for sure. Alright, seeing this, yeah, this little plus or good plus, I'm happy to actually... Also, we wanted to create some more steel demand. And I think one great idea to do so is actually to just create more construction capacity, since they use steel. Let's do this, yeah. Okay, let's go. Kanto... Kansai. And then just where we have the Chubu and Kyushu, yes. Let's see how they... Oh yeah, I think this was just a short effect in general. However, like, yeah, I'm happy to take 4 more in. Yeah, we wanted to have the demand anyways, and it's okay, it's good. And we do have problems with low market access in Chubu and Kansai. So, how much infrastructure does one port give us? Why? A little bit surprised. Let's have a quick look. Infrastructure 5048 from... I was quite sure that the ports would give infrastructure. Let's check it out. And then also Kansai one more. However, I think infrastructure seems to become more and more of a problem for us. So I guess railways will be our next technology. So we can start building railways in Japan as well to bolster our industrialization. We're building really fast now already with 112. Let's see what we need. There's a demand, yeah, luxury clothes and furniture. They're all working in luxury mode, right? Yeah, I mean, we can support this a bit once in a while. And then let's have a look at our motors, our motor company. Yeah, there's no demand for motors right now, true. Pardon. So let's have a look if we have some production methods somewhere. I felt like we had some production method open where we could apply motors. But maybe not. Oh, also food industries would be interesting to have at some point. Let's bring them out maybe where we have our farms, and but there's bad market access, so why not in Kyushu? So start also a little bit of food supply, grocery production. I think that's what it's probably called. And yeah, where was I? Yeah, exactly. I was looking for production methods that include motors. First of all, we can go maybe up here to nitroglycerin here as well. The lead, it's fine. Here as well. Where was it? Or am I just, maybe I'm fantasizing, it's not, we didn't even research it by now. So maybe our one tool factory was a little bit premature, but yeah, it's okay. We will absolutely live with that here. These ones are basically to get rid of workforce, and I think as long as we have tons of workers, I don't need to. Alright, then let's just keep it going like this. And again, explosives. I really need more explosives also. Yeah. Or actually two, maybe not. Okay, they have... Here's is actually okay, but I think due to market access, the market price is not that great. Or how about the market access still? Yeah. Ah, yeah, the ports are being built. I feel like we could turn up a little bit of the music volume, no? When it's like not so much is happening, it would be nice to have a little bit more background. Let me know what you think. For me, this is maybe a little bit nicer for playing. Yeah, let me know. Since, as you know, it's sometimes hard in production. You won't really notice the sound setup, the optimized ones, and I can do tons of tests, but yeah, it changes from situation to situation. And what the hell, yeah, you know, we're at 90% and still we're not managing to abolish the serfdom, but alright. Purchasing emancipation. The Shogunate refuses to give up their serfs without adequate compensation. Their significant political influence makes this a difficult demand to refuse. We have relied on serf labor for generations. You cannot simply ask us to release them without compensation. How are we to keep our estate profitable? How are we to maintain the standard of living we are accustomed to? Our relative poverty would make us the laughingstock of the Japanese aristocracy. Yeah, come on. Turn capitalists and start to industrialize. Yeah, bureaucracy is a little bit tough. Oh, this is... Serfs must purchase their own emancipation. Enactment success chance, then we're at 100%. For how long is... Yeah, okay, actually we can do this. And this is just while serfdom abolished is being enacted, so we have just one more run. And I think this is doable, so let's do it. We're 100%, we just have to wait. And these little bit of radicals, since radicals at the moment not a big of a deal, I think we can handle that. Shichiro Inomoto retires, okay. But the trade unions are not a thing by now at all. Like 0.1%, no influence at all. Kind of interesting that all of them are marginalized and just these four groups build up the main interest groups at the moment. And also, even if we're bolstering the intelligentsia, the Kazoku, they're struggling a bit. Oh, and so is our balance after these short, like it's a little bit odd down here, after this short jumps across the line. We are a little bit here in deficit. Is there any interesting tax we could bring out to help us a bit here on this front? Yeah, this is all these basic needs now. I just hope that with a continuously growing GDP, we will be able to get fine with these things. Services are really expensive. How we could be lower this? Probably with street lights, but we need more coal for that. We can build up our coal mines a bit. They'll be necessary anyways. Whoa. And we have a massive standard of living drop. Oh, this is basically, this is, okay, this must be the, actually I underestimated the event, I guess. So these are the serfs that are getting radical, which lead to a huge jump here, sudden jump up to 5 million radicals. This was unexpected, but I hope they're also gonna go away very soon, since this effect ends basically when we finish this political process, which should be at 100% be done in 16 days. So let's see if we do this by the end of May. The market access here really didn't increase. That's kind of sad. So are ports not giving us... I thought ports give you infrastructure as well. I was kind of... Alright, so... serfdom abolished. We got new production methods, and that's, I think, this makes only sense to apply them here for the subsistence orchards. They change automatically to subsistence. And apart from this, we're getting... yeah, everybody's happy. Serfdom is being abolished. Feudal practice of serfdom has been abolished, yeah. And this should... yeah, exactly finalize here this very journal entry. So let's see what happens if we get an event for this. Okay, what we need to do here, philosophy department. Oh, this is something else, just a university greater or equal to 5. I think we can think about this. We can get this done. Somehow now maybe things got more expensive, or we... oh, whoa. What happened to the... I feel like the the change in the baseline economy changed a lot. The output is higher. But why are suddenly our taxes... okay, now you see the radicals also decreased a lot, so this is good. Yeah, why are we having such problems with the monetary situation right now? Wow, what are we... where are we spending so much money on? Military? No. That's 671, not K. Yeah, maybe it's gonna normalize. Let's observe this a bit, but we have to be very careful, of course. I mean, this is also quite important. I wanted to definitely research also the archives. There's so much to do, you know. We shouldn't just get too greedy already. Alright. Yeah, we wanted to enact, of course, new laws, since we finally made it here to serfdom being abolished. Wonderful. So I think basically two things are very interesting for now. Like interventionism would be great. And we could, I think, afford this to do so, because traditionalism just is annoying. It's like old school, you know. What's this happening? We can't really enact new taxation laws, you see. We can get only plus 25% private construction allocation, less capitalist contribution efficiency, and here these things fall away. And they get more construction allocation, so it would help us, I think. One way to go. So taxation, no thing to do. We can consider our colonial, what I mentioned before, which was, wait a second, over here, 37%. Interesting. And everybody kind of likes it. But now we have to settle this first. We could go into education. No, let's actually then also go to, when we get rid of serfdom, let's change to an interventionist economy law. Alright, let's see. Oh, the monks are a little bit unhappy. Shogunate unhappy. Yeah, we can't afford these. Maybe it's coming from here. Yeah, we lost a lot of bureaucracy, so we have lower tax, 20% tax waste. This must be the reason why we lost also a lot of yeah, income here. How can we fight this a bit? So here I also want to take a couple of things out. We enacted so many things already. Maybe the social mobility out here. Also out here. So this is okay. And we're not trading, so where are we gonna get? So we need to build more government buildings. We want the central archives. Let's just quickly finish this, I guess. Where's the archives? 3 years to research, whilst the railways were 23 months on. So like, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do the railways first and just old school build government buildings with the current technology over here. Yeah, and once we really have a huge lag. Yeah. So to get our bureaucracy a little bit up. And we're now going into deficit, as you see. So we're gonna have growing interest rates to pay also. We built the engines, like we kind of built this engine factory a little bit stupidly without any bigger plan. Just to check it out, but yeah, okay, things happen. Okay, we've got fractional distillation. We can actually only use it here. Don't know why I researched this. Do we want more liquor? And yeah, let's just try it out. We'll see where this goes to, because there's no groceries at the moment in our market. So let's see how people will react to this and how like it. Yeah, definitely railways. Yeah, I don't want to go bankrupt. I need to hope there's gonna be a shift in our income soon. Maybe after these buildings are being built, like these governmental buildings, and tax waste reduces. What are they building? Art Academy, okay. Rice farm. Art Academy here in our resource Tohoku. No. Some artists over there, why not? Let's see if we can. How long does this take? 60 days. So I think we're gonna wait for this if we can already get interventionism in this very episode. Glassworks in Kanto, okay. More porcelain. Oh, no, yeah. I fully employed, that's what it said. Okay, whaling is also working. Let's go a little in and enjoy what's happening, how the countryside is developing. You now see here and there these manufactories or little factories, but in the end it's still, Japan looks still quite old school in my opinion. Oh, now the capitalists are even building the food factories. Let's have a look how they perform over here. Maybe let's actually prioritize groceries. Fruit are expensive. Yeah, the pop need is going to slowly increase, I think, and then we'll see how this develops. Because I think liquor was really cheap already through the agriculture. Alright, basically, yeah, I wanted to just wait until we get to this point, but yeah, we passed it already, and then there was a little bit bigger event, okay. Dissenters break ranks, event in Kansai. To outside observers, the Saibatsu may appear firmly committed to the idea of interventionism, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now a clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of reform. For how long have we stood together? How many times have we lent a willing hand your way? Yet our own concerns are left unanswered and our desires left unmet. If we shall not be heard here, we shall be so elsewhere. Alright, how are we gonna handle this? Oh, somehow we are positive. So yeah, the government expense 3,800 is actually okay. I feel like this is not so much. Yeah. And I don't want the Saibatsu to get smaller, and also the success chance. Yeah, we want to try with the 28%. Alright, I guess that's it for this episode. We are still working on our economical reforms. We abolished the serfdom in this one. However, we have a little bit started to get into a deficit, but let's see where this is going to lead Japan and how we continue to develop. This little bit of uprising is over since the serfs have been freed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Leave me a like and subscription, and then we'll see how we continue next episode. Bye, your Strategy Wolf.